In today's video, we are showcasing another amazing Legends mode base. Do you need defenses? This is the video for you. Let's dive in. First, I want to give a huge shout out to Sawan for building this base. Let's start with the core. We have an isolated town hall with the long shot and the clan castle defending. Just below we have the bomb hive. This covers a huge portion of the base. The revenge tower and merge defense defending 6 o'clock. This makes a deadly combo. Poison towers covering both 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock, giving great coverage on the base. Expos placed at both 9 o'clock and at 3 o'clock to give heavy DPS compartments, supported by the super wizard towers. Rico cannons and monolith defend the 12 o'clock alongside the multi-archer towers. Fire spitters facing inward to deal massive damage to anything that reaches the town hall compartment. Teslas at both 12 and 9 o'clock to catch a sneaky fireball. Royal champion bait at 12 o'clock with the placement of the giant bombs and the spring traps, alongside the tornado and the 10 o'clock compartment. Red air bomb farm around the town hall to take down any healers and stop a smash attack. Air sweepers facing towards 12 o'clock, 2 seeking air mines around the revenge tower to take down a blimp. Overall, this base looks very strong. The recommended clan castle is 2 ice golems, 1 furnace and a headhunter. Link to this base will be down in the description below. Let's dive into some replays and show the true power of this base. Here we go, we're getting some invisibility downs over at the 12, 1 and 11 o'clock side. A fireball lands on top of the monolith with the warden right here. Did manage to pop the fireball before the Teslas popped up, so that means that the fireball did actually make its mark, which was really nice for this attacker. But let's see what more he's going to be able to get done right here. Warden is working a little bit, will have to fight an enemy king as well as a minion prince right here, so needs to be careful because there is a lot of hero damage at this top side of the base right there. And if the minion prince locks onto the warden, we're going to have some big issues coming on in from Shaolin. So let's see how this one's going to work out. The warden will be able to easily pick off the king, staying out of range right there. Very nicely done. Giant bomb and Skelly's tanking the warden. Minion prince is taking shots on top of this warden and down he goes. Now this is all going to be down to survivability, trying to get that 2-star, trying to get the percentage. Did drop a rage spell, but unfortunately didn't quite work out too well for the attacker. Was very late on it. Wall breaker opens up, coming on in with those meteor golems right there. Long shot, taking his shots at that sneezy, taking it down nice and early. Here comes that troop launcher right behind those meteor golems. The king as well as the royal champion over at the 9 o'clock side. Queen working her way in, trying to pick off this town hall compartment. Needs to be careful of the fire spirit as it's going to do a lot of damage. Both of them in fact, with these troops in between them, which is absolutely amazing. The king is taking a lot of damage right here. Will be forced to ability soon. Does have that overgrowth that he used at the 6 o'clock side of the base. Just a tank for that bomb hive right there, making sure it's out of commission. Totem spells are coming down, but these fire spitters are absolutely roasting right there the troops in the middle alongside those Rico cannons. CC did cause a big nuisance right there, which was absolutely amazing to see. And at this point you can see there's not going to be a lot that can be done. RC pops her ability, revenge tower does go down, bomb hive does go down, but we're going to speed this one up because as you can tell, there's going to be a massive defense incoming right here for Sawan for his first defense right there. Absolutely perfect work. Very nicely done. 57% 2-star holds off this attacker. Great start to showing the capability of this base. Here comes the second attack, also coming on in with a fireball meteor golem army. Of course it is going to be the most common Legends League army, as it is very meta at the moment. A lot of the pros are using it. We will see a potential shift in meta eventually with these other troops that are coming on through. Maybe potentially the heroic torch, as we have seen that is quite strong, which we will be bringing out in a later video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Turn on the noties. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Use code BLUE if you haven't already for any in-game purchases. And as you can see, you will not miss your fireball like that if you do use code BLUE. Just use the earthquake spells very nicely, but doesn't take down the Rico cannon. Warden is under a lot of damage right here. Is going to rage him up, trying to keep him alive for as long as possible. Does have those totem spells which you can use if you realize that the warden is about to go down. So that is definitely a option that you can always do, is use a totem spell to make sure that the warden stays alive. But he wants to take down that expo, so he does have the pathing completed for the meteor golems to come on into play right here. Here comes that queen ice golem in front of her right there. Easily will make light work off top of that expo. Meteor golems, loons are coming on in with a little apprentice warden on behind those meteor golems, log launcher in behind, king over at the 6 o'clock side, RC to lock off that multi-gear tower right there, very nicely done. But the problem that we're having here is that those meteor golems did not go into the base because we didn't utilize a wall break right there. So now our queen is pathing very, very awkwardly. She's going to fight the CC. She's going to keep the warden with her, and that's going to be a huge problem because this multi will be able to pick off that warden as he's running ahead of that queen and trying to lock onto these meteor golems. Down he goes by that long shot, and as you can see, the RC ability has been forced right here. The fire spirit and the scatter combination are going to kill her off very, very quickly. We do have the king and queen ability, but there's just not enough firepower remaining on the battlefield for his troops to get the job done. The queen stealing those healers, then beating walls exponentially, is going to mean that she's going to add no additional value to this raid right there. The king did also go down after he used his ability, and there you have it, man. The Rico cannon's going to be able to pick off this queen alongside the monolith and the long shot, the minion prince, and this is going to be GG's. Another fantastic defense holding this attacker to a 1-star. Third replay now incoming, of course. Ooh, wait just a minute, we don't have a fireball on this one. So now I'm curious, is he going to warden walk? Is he going to RC charge? What's going to be the plan? He does have 5 invisibilities and a quake spell. We have noticed that RC charge has come back into meta a little bit on this Legends mod right here, which is great. You're going to see a couple of people using those meteor golems with the royal champion charge. You're going to see this guy use it right here. Let's see how he holds up against the base of Sawan that has been defending mercilessly against these attackers right here. At the moment, getting some very, very good value with our royal champion. Is creating a funnel, finds one giant bomb, but that's not going to be the end of the world. Uses a invis to redirect the RC directly onto the monolith. Invises again, which are absolutely on point. Unfortunately, his fox did go down, so that means he'll have to invis one more time, and the RC goes out of the invis. Oh my goodness, manages to recall her in time before she uses her ability. Giant arrow directly through the base of the 12 o'clock side. Here comes those meteor golems in behind the queen. There you have those Coco loons with the healers. RC was deployed very, very early on. I was surprised that it wasn't delayed just a little bit, just in case it came into damage. King on the outside to set the funnel for these meteor golems. We do have a super wall breaker, but we decide not to use it as of yet, as the meteor golems can technically jump over the walls and do a fair amount of damage right there. RC is under intense firepower at the moment. She's very low on HP. Warden ability goes off. The Eternal Tome is going to keep everything nice and healthy. King is going to be going on down right after he uses that spiky ball right there. Overgrowth on the fire spitter on the back end, just to make sure that this multi and the fire spitter don't continuously keep on shooting at his troops, which is something that you don't want to have. And again, everything is starting to dwindle. Look at this revenge tower at the 6 o'clock side of the base, absolutely shredding these meteor golems, taking down these super yetis right there as well. It's gonna lock onto the royal champion, and you can say good night to her right there. Giant isn't going to be any match for this revenge tower, and again, it's going to pick off everything. It's going to dissect all of his troops, takes down that queen, takes down the remaining meteor golems as well as the sneezy. And this is another phenomenal defense. Such a huge shutout coming on in from Sawan against Gangster 56, man. What a fantastic attack. What a fantastic defense this was again. Sawan never failing to impress us, that's for sure. Alright, let's have it, guys. This is going to be the 4th and final replay of the Legends League base, or the Legend mode base. We're coming on with Fireball Rocket Loons. Now remember, guys, if you've made it this far in the video, like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. We really appreciate it. That's why we bring you daily amazing content so you guys can indulge and enjoy. And use code BLUE if you haven't already. Also, if you comment down below if you guys are going to use this base, let me know. It would be amazing to see your guys' experience running this base. Let us know if you're going to use it, and we will keep on moving right there. And here we go, Warden directly in towards that multi-gear tower, which is absolutely suicide right here. He just lets his Warden insta-die. That is crazy, actually. I thought he would have at least dropped a totem or something, or an invis on the Warden, but he just tried to let the Warden 1v1 the multi-gear tower, which is never going to work, especially in this meta with the damage modifiers right there. That is absolutely crazy. I never thought I would see that, but hey, sometimes it happens to the best of us. A lack of judgment right there. Now he's using his Rocket Loons to try to force his troops back in, but the problem with the Fireball Rocket Loons is it's so heavily reliant on the Grand Warden that if he dies, your whole raid is essentially over. King did force his ability right there. Didn't open up to the bomb hive, which is a little bit unfortunate. Furnace doing great work right there. Taking down in assistance with that queen. Managing to help the fire spitter do as much damage as possible. Queen uses her ability. Still have yet to use this royal champion, which is very interesting. Using the totem to tank for the king right there. Trying to keep her alive. Flame Flinger on the top side. Still doing some okay work, but unfortunately that monolith and the minion prince will be able to take that down very quickly with no real issue whatsoever once that multi-target inferno goes down. We're invising this royal champion now on the 9 o'clock side, trying to keep her alive, but look at this core, man. These multis, these fire spitters, the long shot is absolutely tearing his units to shreds right there, which is something that we all love to see. Those are very nice, important, juicy defenses in Legends mode or in ranked mode that we need and we want to push as high as we can. And as you've seen, attackers are failing hard on this base. They're struggling to break it down. They are gonna struggle on this base, especially with Meteor Golem. So if you want a solid base to get you those high legends or high ranked mods, finish higher than your friends, be top of your clan, this is the base to use. Of course, the link to it will be down in the description, and make sure you definitely let us know in the comments if you do use this base. Comment hashtag code blue to show your support and love in the comments as well, and we would be really happy to see that. But again, man, a huge shout out to Sawan. What an amazing base this was. Great job by him. Make sure if you want any fantastic bases from him, get yourself in Blueprint and we can hook you guys up, man. We've got the best bases on the market. Whatever you guys need, we can provide. Thank you all so much for watching. It's been a pleasure. It's been your boy, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.